When you're in a rural area, such as Clearfield and Jefferson, both of those counties, you may have to travel an hour just to get to the WIC office or get to a treatment center. So those are real barriers for families. In prevention, we are all about trying to strengthen up, to shore up those families so that they're functioning well and they are raising children who are going to thrive. We're a small agency, particularly prevention, and so we have 7 prevention staff that cover 13 different school districts. Obviously, if you do the math, there are not enough of us to really reach every family that could use that boost. And that's why we need collaboration from members of our community. The Clearfield-Jefferson Drug and Alcohol Commission is part of both the Clearfield Collaboration and Prevention Board and also the Jefferson County Collaboration and Prevention Board. And in that collaboration, we have different organizations, social service organizations, that share with us initiatives that they engage in to strengthen our youth and our parents. Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and the youth mentoring programs are 2 programs that we really try to support through with our collaboration board. 7 professionals cannot do what many individuals can do. So if we can get people to volunteer to be a youth mentor, to be a big brother, a big sister, they're filling in that gap that no agency alone can fill.
My life before Big Brothers Big Sisters, I feel is very common for single family homes. My mom was a single mother. My dad really wasn't in the picture very much at all. She had 4 kids. I had one sister with a lot of medical problems that took a lot of my mom's attention. And I had another sister that was a little troubled, but she had her plate very full. Poverty in DuBois back when I was a kid, like early 2000s, was hard. We walked to the grocery store. We didn't have a car. We walked everywhere that we needed to go. If it wasn't food stamps, we're lucky if we were eating. My mom had to go to Salvation Army to get us Christmas presents. Growing up without a dad was pretty rough. He was in and out of the picture sometimes when he wasn't in jail or wasn't drinking, but it was only for a quick second and then gone again. With having a little sister that had so many medical problems and always sick, and having an older sister who had her own demons, it was very hard as the middle child to keep everything together. I felt like I always had to be strong for my mom. I felt like I always had to be strong for my little brother and my little sister. And I felt that personally in that situation, I had no one to go to. I was a smart kid. I always had straight A's. I was good at softball, you know. I was really good at everything I did. So I felt that if I ever went to my mom about not feeling okay or being sad or just struggling, I just didn't feel that it was okay. When I did get Amber and had that person that I could just talk to and I could be myself with, it made the world of a difference. I don't think I was ever truly myself until I was matched with her. Looking back now, I think that it was probably the most selfless thing that my mom did for us kids. My mom felt that she might not necessarily be able to give us the opportunities that they could with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Just with being a single parent and my little sister's medical problems, she couldn't work. So we were poor. We didn't have any money to really do anything extra, anything which you would consider fun. So it made it a little tough, but I was able to open my eyes and see new things with the help of Big Brothers Big Sisters. There was a stigma with that in school, that if you were part of Big Brothers Big Sisters, your parents were horrible, you were abused, or basically they felt that your parents didn't love you if that was the case. So initially I was pretty mad about it. But then when we did the mentorship at the one church, where it was just a bunch of kids, a bunch of adults, it felt more like just someone to hear me, get my one-on-one attention, because I did struggle to get that attention at home. So it was very nice. And then when they offered for me to get a big, it was the perfect thing. I was so excited about it. When I was in the program, you were only in the program until you hit 13. And if you weren't matched by the time you were 13, you were out of the program. I turned 13 and they told me that you've now aged out of the program, you will not receive a big. That was very devastating to me because I very much enjoyed the one-on-one that Big Brothers Big Sisters had at the church function that they did. So I was very disappointed. About 2 weeks after my birthday, my mom got a call and said that they had Amber, that they felt that she was going to be perfect for me. So Amber came over to our house and we sat down, had the one-to-one match, and it was fantastic. I was 13 at the time, and I was just smitten by her. She was everything that I thought like I wanted in a big. She was younger, she looked so fun. I was so excited and I couldn't wait for it to start. Our first couple outings were going to the mall, just walking around, talking, going to see some movies, different things along those lines, going to ice cream, walking the walkway, in DuBois, just really getting to know each other. And then once that happened, it was so easy. We would go bowling, we would go skating, just more things than I can even think of. It truly didn't feel like so much of a mentorship as it just felt like she was my sister. Like she was the older sister I always wanted. And it felt so authentic and it felt so real that I feel that that's why now, 15 years later, we're still best friends. I feel like if I never met Amber, there's a lot of things in my life I would have never been exposed to in a good way or gotten the opportunity to do. I loved softball so much and I played constantly every single summer. But it got to a point where my mom really couldn't afford, it was only $30 to get me in the league, but she couldn't afford it. And Amber picked right up and covered the dues for my mom and for me, came and watched me play softball every single year, tried to come to as many games as she could. When I got older and in my senior year of high school, my little sister's health got really bad. So the help that you get from your parents to get you into college, my mom helped me with, my missions essay, what she could do, but like FAFSA and scholarships and how to apply for those and those different things, Amber was that backbone. She was that driving force to, help me get into college. She took me to my college tour. I can honestly say I wouldn't have ended up where I did if it wasn't for her and her support. Without Amber, I don't necessarily feel that I wouldn't have gone down the right path I did. I was always a stubborn child, as my mom. Whatever I wanted to do, I was going to do. And from a very young age, I wanted to get out of DuBois. I wanted to come to the city. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to make better of myself and better of my situation. She just exemplified all of it. She just made it all so much bigger and made those dreams attainable. Even after all this time, after 15 years, Amber's never stopped being a mentor. Now, as adults, we're best friends. We still make sure that we call each other all the time. I was in her wedding, she sang at my wedding. We're very much like intricate parts of each other's lives. Now, she's not just a mentor to me, she's my best friend. I call her my sister, and I don't even think twice about it because to me she is. She's like my person. She's my best friend. She always will be.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.